It's now my distinct pleasure to welcome film and television actor and Father Robert's brother, Tony Sirico. Though he has appeared in The Godfather, Goodfellas, and many other high-profile films, Tony is most famous for his portrayal of Paulie Walnuts on the hit television series The Sopranos. So please join me in welcoming and trying very hard not to annoy Tony Sirico.
Thank you for that introduction. You were very kind. Hi, how you doing? Before I prepare I've had a few drinks. With that, as you know, I am Father Robert Sirico's brother Tony, who has played a lot of gangsters in the movies and on television. But I've also played a couple of cops, if it makes you feel any better. But I am honored here tonight for the 20th anniversary of the Acton Institute, and I'm so glad my brother called. I haven't talked to him in a while, and it's great. It's great to be here. I came as soon as he called. And it's great to be here to be hanging out with my brother Robert, because I haven't seen him in a while. But talk about hanging out with somebody so legit, forget my French. Which reminds me, can you imagine the discomfort, the things you have to go through to express yourself at a holiday dinner with your brother Robert sitting there? I mean, if I can't curse, I can't talk. And just because he's a big intellect who has advised presidents and popes, and just because he writes in the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times, not the Post, and just because he speaks good Italian, where I got a problem with English, and just because he founded a think tank, whatever the hell that is. Forgive my French. Just because all of that, don't think for 1 minute that we were born on the Upper East Side of New York. We weren't. We were born in Brooklyn. Tough streets, even back then. But a good training ground for acting, though. And I guess it was even a good training for the kind of tough priest my kid brother turned out to be. One who ain't afraid to tell what do they call them? The politicians, to keep their hands out of our pockets and their regulations off your business. Bada bing. That's my brother Robert. But anyway, when we were kids, let me tell a little story real quick. I know my 3 minutes are up, Robert. Anyway, when we were kids, we used to love to watch gangster films. Well, I did anyway. And I loved the James Cagney. My favorite gangster film of all times, whether you like it or not, is Angels with Dirty Faces, starring James Cagney and Pat O'Brien. And for those of you who've never seen it, it's about these two kids that grow up in this neighborhood, and one day they steal some fruit from a fruit vendor, and they get chased by the cops. Well, the Pat O'Brien character runs past his friend into an alley, up and over a fence. He gets away, but he's unable to help his friend Cagney, who gets pinched by the cops. Well, as fate would have it, James Cagney's character, Rocky Sullivan, if you remember, turns to a life of crime. Whereas Pat O'Brien's character, Jerry, who's seen the light, eventually becomes a priest, Father Jerry. Well, all my life, I've always thought that Wherever there's a Rocky Sullivan, there should always be a Father Jerry, no? It's a funny thing how sometimes life imitates art, ain't it? Anyway, tonight I want to introduce my Father Jerry, my brother, Father Robert Sirico, president of the Acton Institute, and a real priest. Father? Me? I'm still a gangster.